Hi guys, this is just to let you know that the makeup kit tutorial is coming up soon. I'm just waiting on 2 more products coming in the post, and then everything will be ready to show you, so that should be Saturday. So I'll do it then. But this was another, I wanted to get on with the requests, and I've done this side of the face. I was requested to do a Mila Kunis makeup tutorial. So I've done this side of the face, and I've actually haven't used, even though it might look like it, I actually haven't used liner. I've used like a small pencil, which I'll show you all the makeup brushes that I use, and I've gone in with some powder there, and I'll show you the picture that I got sent, and I will put it on my blog because I'm using Capture at the moment, which is a little bit difficult to put pictures in. So what I'll do is I'll put it on my blog, Kira Explosion of Beauty. So what I did was, it was like one of the beach looks she had, but I think she was at a red carpet event, so she had a little slight contour going on as well. And what I did for that is, I'll just show you. I usually carry, and I don't really go all out in terms of expense with darker shades unless they're for my kit. But for myself, if I'm doing a contour and I usually do a like liquid contour, and then I go over it with a powder. So I got the Natural Collection, and this, you can see this is a darker shade. This is in Almond. And I just put that under, and I use my brush to, you just feel for your jawline, and then you just put it where your jawline is. So this side of the face hasn't been done. And then you kind of, so I did my contouring and everything as well. So I'll show you how I did that. So that's the look. I hope you can see it. And it's perfect for summer too, because you're not wearing, I think in summertime, to wear heavy eyeliner can be a little bit, it can get dewy, and it can get a little bit, it can fall out even if you have primer and things on as well. So I'll show you what I used. I think you've seen this palette as well. This is the Collection Work the Colour, and they come in different shades. This is the like neutral smoky eye shade. They do come in purples, and they come in silver and blacks as well, so that was quite cool. And on the back it does have, for beginners, I don't usually use it, but it does have for beginners how to achieve the makeup look as well. So what I did was, they're all labelled 1 to 3, and I used this 3 with a small angled brush from Fräulein to do the eye. So I didn't actually use eyeliner, but you can still see I got the effect. Now because she was in, like, it looked like she was in a beach type place, but she was kind of wearing set, I didn't do false lashes because it looks like she didn't have any false lashes. And in no way do I think I looked like Mila Kunis. It's just to get the exact same kind of, in terms of the look that was requested. And I will put up all the links and everything to the makeup that I use. I'll speak about it while I'm doing the tutorial, but if you want to get the links to where I got everything, I'll put that in the down box as well. So that's the look. So I used my 10 out of 10 palette, and this is great for smoky eyes as well, and it's from W7. Okay, and this is what it looks like. I think if you've seen this as well. So the first thing I did is I went in, which we're going to do now, with this colour, just on the lid. So what's what we're going to do now. And this is what it looks like on the brush. So we're just going to we're just going to go under the eye now, here, and make sure that we do like 2 coats of that. Okay, and the thing with this colour is you can bring it into the corner of your eye as well, and it brightens up your eye. So that's what I did too. I brought it up and out and under as well. And what I also did is, as you can see here, is I used that small brush I showed you at the start, and I just went under lightly just to give the illusion of liner, but again it's powder liner. And I've used W7's primer before I put on any foundation, and the foundation I'm using is MAC Studio Fix. So that's the white, kind of like a cream, almost looks like a highlight on the lid. And then using this small angled brush here from Fräulein, because you can just position the colour where you want before you blend, and I used this colour here, and I went on top. So we're going to do that now. I think this is a really, really good look to do if you're going out. And especially because you don't have to use liner, you can use powder. And set everything with finishing spray anyway, so it will stay for the night. So it's a really good look to do. So what I'm going to do is, I've tapped off the excess, and I'm not actually going to manipulate my eye shape in any way. I'm going to look straight forward into the mirror. There's just a mirror just here. And we're just going to angle the brush like this. And just start heaviest at the outside, going in lighter. And again, I'm actually going to be using a separate brush for blending, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm just getting the original kind of shape. And we're just going to be bringing that also just into the crease as well. Just to let you guys know too, I am getting a new, one of our spare rooms I'm going to be making into a makeup room for my own makeup artistry and for the videos. So that'll be much better, with better lighting as well, so that'll be good. And I'm just going to go in again before I use my blending brush. I'm going to be using a domed brush to blend for this particular look. So we've gone heaviest on the outside coming in. And this is the domed brush, and they're all from Foil, and I do like Foiling products. I think they're quite good for the money you pay. It's not unreasonable. So we're just blending what we've done, and you can see it hasn't really touched the other colours, and that's the trick, is to kind of blend beautifully. And just make sure that's all blended out nicely. And then what I did before I did the liner is I just went up into the crease with kind of like a duck egg colour. I'll show you. It's from the same W7 palette. It's just this one here. So we use this one for the crease, and I'm using this one just under the brow. And that's what it looks like on the brush. And it's just going to be going under the brow just to give it that kind of separation. And just anything that you can see falling out or anything, any fallout you can definitely, so you can see they're starting to look similar. And what I'm going to do now is just show you that small brush again, and we're going to just do the liner. I say liner, but we're going to be using the powder that I showed you here, the number 1. This is number 3, so it comes 1, 2 and 3, and it obviously gets darker as you go along, and I'm going to be using this colour here. So that's what it looks like on the brush. You can see it's quite a small brush, so you can control it really, really easily as well. So what we're going to do now is just close down the eye, like this. And it's quite really easy to control, and you can see what you're putting on. And she had kind of like a smudgy look to her liner as well, so it's quite good for that too. We're not going to bring it like outwards, we're just going to keep it within the line. So if you look at that, I'm not going to do a second application of that. It looks like this, just so you can see how dark it is, but it actually comes on a little lighter. And that's the beauty of you're able to control how dark it actually gets, which I like too, because sometimes you can put something on and it does look nice, but it just looks a little bit harsh. And especially for summer as well, you want to kind of look gentle and sultry without kind of looking too heavy, which is the trick, I think. So you've got kind of that down now. And what I did was, I'll put the mascara on, but then afterwards I did go underneath, as you can see here, just to kind of join it together. Okay. And then I'll go on and show you about the contour and highlighting that I did on this side of the face. Okay. So I'm using Wild Mega Volume from Max Factor again today. And we're just going to put one coat on, and you can see the difference it will make. You'll see the powder liner come through. And any kind of dark colour, it doesn't have to be the Collections palette, it can be any dark powder you have on your palette. Is really good. kind of coming together now. And even though it's a smoky eye, it's quite fresh as well, which I liked, because we're coming into summer and we do want to have something we can wear where we are making the eyes the focus, but we're still kind of keeping it a little bit back so it's not as heavy as it would be in fall or in winter. Okay, what I'm going to do is just go underneath now with that brush again and the other colour we used for our liner. That's what it looks like on the brush again. And just really, I like this shape because I think it's such control. And again, I'm lightly going under. You can see it's just following my line across. Okay. Now, you can see the eyes are starting to come together, but you can see this side of my face is a little bit contoured and highlighted, whereas this side isn't. So what we're going to do is, I did put my foundation on this side, but I didn't do any contouring or highlighting. So what I'm going to do now, is just put that out of the way, is what I do is I feel for the jawbone, which is just here, and I do it from about here to here. And then I'm going to use two products for my contouring, liquid and a powder. The liquid is just going to be the Natural Collection Shine Away foundation. So it is a foundation, but it's in almond, which is not my colour. It's just a shade or two darker. I'm just going to pop this, obviously because I'm doing it on myself, I'm just going to pop this on my hand, a little bit goes a long way. And I'm actually going to apply it. That's what it looks like. Just feel here. Just you feel for the, you can use a brush as well. Some people use a brush for the line, so that you can see the line. So you can feel for your jawbone just here. And I'm going to place foundation there. Just here. So that will be rubbed in with a foundation brush as opposed to my fingers, because you get much more control out of it then as well. So what I'm going to do is then, I'm not going to do anything with that yet, I'm going to just apply where I want my, 1 minute guys, I'm going to get my porcelain for the highlight. And for that, I will be using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and it's NC15. Okay, so we're using our clean hands again, and I'm just coming under for the highlight as well. Now obviously you can do it along the darker colour along the bridge of the nose if you wanted to really get that contoured look, but because she was kind of lightly contoured, sun-kissed, I kind of didn't want to go too advanced with the contouring, but you could do that, absolutely, you could do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off just blending in under the eye very gently, the highlight. We are going to go over all of this with powder, so don't worry. Just to get that, kind of the placement of the product as well. And then I will go underneath with the porcelain, just underneath as well, because then it kind of shows up your contouring a lot more too. So what we're going to do now is, I told you I was going to go in with my foundation brush, which I am, and we're now going to make that line. Shh. Okay, so we've made that line now. And I am going to go over that with powder. I'm bringing that up here as well. And down. So if I take it away, you can kind of see how they're both now coming in together, the cheeks. And it's not too much either, so you could definitely wear this for summer. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm stopping here because I don't want to look too, you never bring it into your closer than here. Okay, and again under the chin is perfect as well. So we are going to go over, as I said before, with powder. I'm actually going to be using my translucent powder here with a smaller brush. And it looks like this on the brush. And we're going to just secure everything that we did under the eye. So we're placing that under the eye and setting it, which is really important. Now I've chosen not to, obviously as I said before, go in with my contouring of the nose, but you could absolutely do that if you wanted to. I'm just going straight from the picture, what I saw. And then what I'm going to do is, I like these brushes because they're very angled. I like the shape. There's a larger part and a smaller part, so you can dip for contouring, it's brilliant. So what I'm going to do now, this is Sun Shimmer. There's actually no shimmer, this is a matte colour. And this is going to go over my contour that I did to the forehead and to the cheekbone. And that's what it looks like. It's quite big actually, you do get a lot. This was I think $4.99, and seriously, you get so much use out of it. So that's my bronzer on my, well it's a bronze, yeah, I'm going to use that as a contour on my brush. I'm going to tap some of that off now. And we're just going to be using the smallest edge of the brush, looking for what we did. I can see it clearly here. We're just going to copy that line down and go back and forth. Because what it does is, like the powder set our highlight, this is going to set our contour. And if you find it too harsh, just blend and blend away until you get your preference, really. Because some people love to be extra contoured if they're going, I think, really go for an advanced contouring if you're going out for a special occasion. But if you just want to have that shapely look to your face, where everything kind of comes together, and you want do kind of the cheek and the forehead. So I'm just tapping off any excess, because we're really going to blend that now until we get our desired look. And I'm bringing that up into the forehead as well. And I think that's the trick to Mila Kunis' look, is contouring and kind of shadowing of the eyeshadows and blending. Now that I would, if you wanted to make this a nighttime look, you could use some false lashes. I like the Eyelure Girls Aloud lashes. They're really good. The Kimberly Walsh and Cheryl Cole ones I like to carry in my kit too. So there we have the contouring. Now I'm comfortable with that contouring. If you wanted, you could blend and blend until you get the desired effect. To me, I think that would suit what I'm going for. And it's particularly the pictures, which I will be on my blog here, Explosion of Beauty. Now she looked like she just had gloss on, so I haven't done anything to my lips because I do have gloss on already. But that was the Mila Kunis request tutorial with the eyes and kind of contouring inwards. And anything that you contour will recess back, and anything that you highlight will come forward. So make sure that you keep that in mind when you do highlight and contour. So under the eyes, here, down the nose and the cupid's bow, and then anything that you want to contour would be the cheeks to bring in basically, and the tops of the temples, sometimes the bridge of the nose, which I haven't done in this tutorial, and underneath the chin as well. So I've used liquid and I've used powder to set everything, and then what you could do is put some finishing spray on as well. So that is the look. I hope you liked it. Thank you for requesting it. And the next video will be a review. It's coming up shortly. And then after that on Saturday will be the makeup kit tutorial that I spoke to you about. And thank you for watching.